What brings me joy in nursing, I think, is the little things that add up to big things. So those connections you're able to make with your patients and even your coworkers, even when your day may be extremely hectic, chaotic, you're feeling exhausted, you feel like you're on that hamster wheel. But when you get those minutes to sit down with your patient and they're able to tell you about their grandkids or their children that they're really proud of, or they're able to understand the medication that you've been talking to them about for the past 5 days, or you see them take their first steps, or their family member says, you know, despite all the stress, we've really had a great experience here. And then, especially when your teammates know you're struggling and they take a task off your hands, I think all those little things really add up to big things.
I myself had a bone marrow transplant when I was 13 and was constantly surrounded by nurses, so that's why I'm a nurse today. I know that it's very important to be able to think about the little things. I always, whenever I go into a patient's room, remember to turn the TV on to the channel that they like, or even just help them wash their hair, and just remember that we're all human, but that's something that definitely brings me joy in nursing.
Something really unique about the emergency department is a lot of times we don't really know what happens with the patient. We know that when we got them to where they had to go, they were okay, but the care that they receive afterwards, sometimes we're not really sure. Something that's really special to me and that sticks out to my mind that brings me a lot of joy when I think about it is when a patient writes a letter or a card that tells us that they were okay in the end and that they made a great recovery and that they were so grateful for us. Knowing we played a role in that person's care and their recovery means so much to me, and it's something that I'll never take for granted.
I have had friends and family, be patients, and it wasn't necessarily the competence or the skill of the nurse. It was their respect and their kindness and their gentle touch that I will always remember, specifically being in the operating room, behind mask, behind a bouffant. The patients are not going to remember your face. They might not remember your name. They might not even remember what you said, but what they will remember is how you made them feel.
I find joy in nursing by being able to transform a patient's day into a more positive experience and being with them throughout their entire cardiac surgery journey. A few years back, I was a patient on my unit, and it was the nurses that provided care and comfort to myself and my family. Every day, I aim to provide that same care to my patients and their families.
Being able to take care of patients, especially after surgery when they're at their most vulnerable. Some of them, they don't know where they are, and it's nice to know that we're there to advocate for them. And at the end of the day, you go home knowing that you made a difference in someone's life, even if it's just for a few hours. That brings me joy in nursing.
I think that there's a few main things that bring me joy in nursing. Obviously, being able to care for people, being able to make a difference when people are at their most vulnerable, and you can really be there for them, and you are able to build relationships not only with the patients but with their family members as well. And then also just the sense of pride and camaraderie within the profession of nursing. I have worked my entire career as a nurse so far at Lenox Hill, and I love all my coworkers. We have incredible memories together. We've been there for each other through the highs and the lows, and we're able to just support each other, and we celebrate all of our little victories, and it's the people you're with every day that you're able to laugh with, that build you up, and will always have your back.
What brings me the most joy in nursing is what nursing has really done for me. It has made me a better person. It has made me more open-minded. It has made me just look at life so differently. So while I've touched so many lives, people don't realize how they've really touched me and made me a better person.